Hello, we're here at the headquarters of online auction site The Market, and we're going to take a look at what they're selling this week and pick out some of the highlights. Let's go have a look. Okay, first up, this Mercedes-Benz 230 SL. It's registered in 1968, but likely it was built in 1967, which is when production finished. So as the name suggests, the 230 SL has a 2.3 litre engine. So this was the first engine that they put in the second generation SL, and it does about 148 brake horsepower, which actually isn't a lot less than the 2.8 litre engine that came along later. So the second generation of SL was also called the Pagoda. You can just about make out there's a slight concave depression in the roof of the hard top that it's fitted with, and that's what gave it its Pagoda nickname. So when production of these finished in 1967, they'd already started with the successor, which was the 250 SL, but that was very short-lived. And but actually, by the time that this one was registered in February 1968, the 280 SL had come along. So this particular one was restored in 2002. Doesn't seem to have been used much since. The mileage has not really come up a lot in that time. This one's guided at between £49,000 and £61,000, which is actually quite cheap for a Pagoda SL. And it's got lots of originality to this car, but it does need a little bit of TLC externally. There's a little bit of paintwork bubbling here and there, but mechanically it's pretty much on the button. So this is a 1985 Nissan Silvia Turbo. It's a 1.8 litre turbocharged engine. And this particular one's done 86,000 miles, but it's been in storage for 23 of those years, and so it's in very good condition. It's a rear-wheel drive car, which is quite unusual for the time when everyone else was driving the front wheels, and the 133 brake horsepower engine will do 0 to 60 in about 8.3 seconds, so not bad for the time. There's a growing interest in these cars from Japan, these performance cars from the 1980s, not just from the drifting scene, but also for people who just have that kind of nostalgia for the 1980s and feel that, you know, the Nissans were as good as some of the more European cars that were around at that time. This one's guided between £10,000 and £15,000, which is not bad money for that kind of performance. This next car is a BMW M3, and it's the Evolution 2. It's a 1988 registered car, and what happened was that the M3 was created for DTM homologation so that they could race in German touring car. And as the race regulations changed, so they needed to create more homologation specials. So this one was the Evolution 2, the second iteration of that homologation design. Obviously adding the body kit to the normal M3. Got larger wheels and this really, really deep front splitter, and an additional wing at the rear. But they also give it a bit of a diet. It's got thinner glass on the sides and the back, and the boot lid is a thinner steel too. It's guided between £60,000 and £80,000, and that's an awful lot of money for an E30. But this is a very rare E30, only 500 in the world. So there's a few cosmetic things to sort out on this particular model, but otherwise it's really good. The interior is nice as well, and it runs really, really well. It's a very fast driver's car, and definitely one for the collector. Hopefully this next car needs no introduction, and the reason why I brought you around the back is because of the special rear to this. This is a Alfa Romeo Spider Series 1, sometimes called the boat tail. Now we call it the boat tail, the Italians call it the cuttlefish bone, and you can kind of see why it is more like that than it is a boat. This particular one was imported from South Africa. So it's rust free, but also right hand drive is very common for our market, and it has a 1750cc twin cam engine. Unusually also for the Spider, it's got a hard top with matching colour. Now with a guide price of between £30,000 and £40,000, it's not the cheapest Alfa Spider you'll see, but coming from South Africa with that lack of rust and also right hand drive hopefully means it's going to be pretty worry free for you. It's been great to see the cars here at the market, and I hope you've enjoyed watching this video. If you'd like me to do anything particular with these videos in the future, if you'd like me to do more of the same, please write in the comments below. Otherwise, I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.